Hey guys, welcome back. So we've had a little change of plans this week, which seems to be the status quo, and I wanted to kind of give you guys a quick update on a few things that are happening and kind of what some of those changes might be. So I was looking through my to-do list and updating it, and I realized that as much as this is my favorite time of year, it's also that time where I get really overwhelmed with all the things I need to do. And that frankly includes everything from the garden to the chickens, the animals, and some maintenance items I'm behind on that I'm pretty sure I told you guys I was gonna have already done by now. So one of the most immediate things is obviously the greenhouse. We are ready to go in the greenhouse. We've got our potting mix, our seed starting mix. We've got all of our seeds and we're ready to start planting. And well, it's time. So that's going to be one of the very next things we work on. So I've still been trying to get the garden prepped. And this year I'm doing what I've really needed to do every year, and that is shape my rows. And well, the weather hasn't been cooperating and my schedule hasn't been cooperating. So it's kind of just a mud pit pile right now, but we've started shaping the rows. I'll work on this a little bit more, time permitted, but it needs to be done, and I'm at least trying to do it this year, whereas in the past I just haven't done it. So I originally told you guys that the next video was going to be about getting our baby chicks, and we should have probably already had them by now, but we did get a notice that they were going to be delayed, so we should be getting them next week. So it's 1 week delay, not the end of the world. I was a little bummed out because I was excited to get them, but we still have the old ladies. Ain't that right, ladies? I know I've said this a few times, and I'm not paid to say this. I started giving the chickens GrubTerra, and they've been laying eggs like prolifically. It's still pretty cold. I think today we're in the 40s, and I was getting like half a dozen eggs. I've been getting like 18 a day, and most of these hens are anywhere from 2 to 4 years old, so they're not the youngest laying flock. So you should check it out. I have a link in the description, and I also have a coupon code in there. If you've never tried it before, it'll give you 10% off. Another really pressing thing is the thing I told you I said I'd already have done by now, and I just haven't. I've done maintenance on like everything else. We did maintenance on our gator, the lawnmower, all the vehicles, but the tractor has not had its 50-hour maintenance, and I've had it for almost 3 years now. This summer, actually towards the end of this summer, I will have had it for 3 years, and I haven't even done the first real maintenance. So I keep up checking everything, but it's not good that it hasn't had an oil change in 3 years. It hasn't had any of the other stuff. So I'm gonna do that. I need to do that now. I actually started looking up all the fluids and things that I need to buy and the filters. I was going to just pay the dealer to do it, but quite frankly, what started out as a pretty good relationship with them hasn't been necessarily the best. They have struggled to keep a mechanic on staff, and so I haven't had issues like parts issues like some people have with the Branson, and you know, it's rebranding to TYM, but the dealer that I bought it from hasn't necessarily been the best. And I've actually had some other people that buy other products from them, other brands, not Branson, complain about it. So it's really disappointing because I had a really good interaction and engagement the first time. But anyways, I digress. We're gonna get all that fluid and stuff, and we're just gonna do it ourselves. So it shouldn't be overly difficult. I've never done maintenance like that on a tractor, but the engine oil change is an engine oil change, and I'll figure out the hydraulics. I'll look it up, do a little research, and well, the reality is I've got several mechanics in the family who can tell me what to do and if I'm doing it wrong. So in order to skip past the rambling thing that I tend to do sometimes, I'm just going to tell you guys all the stuff that I can remember right off the cuff. So maintenance on the tractor, got to finish shaping the garden, got to get our seeds started, we got the baby chicks coming. I've got to do coils, plugs, and wires on my Ford, the old purple truck, Grimace. I don't even know what to say. It definitely needs freeze out plugs, and I'm afraid it needs an oil pump. I've made a video talking about that. It's just not a priority right now. It's something I really want to do, but not a huge priority. We've got to get the chickens moved out into pasture hopefully soon. We've got to get the coops cleaned out and start composting their old bedding. We've got to get the pigs moved because the area they're in is tired and it needs a break, and I really probably should have moved them a little more over the winter, but I digress. Let's see, and before I can do that, I actually need to bush hog that back pasture because that's where the pigs need to go, and it's overgrown with a bunch of dead right now, and the grass is trying to grow for spring, but it can't because it's being smothered out by all the old dry dead stuff. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, I've got to fix the A-frame, and we haven't even ordered our meat chickens for the year, so I got to do that. Yeah, just overwhelming. And then a lot of just house projects. This thing, I really need to rebuild this back deck. It's going to be expensive, and it's on the second floor, which is going to be even more difficult. And I don't really want to pay the expense it's going to cost to pay somebody else to do it. So I need to get around to doing that. And then the last thing, frankly, is kind of a surprise and also not a for sure. So an opportunity has come up. I'm exploring that opportunity, and I don't know yet if it's going to work out, but pray for us because we're contemplating making a somewhat big decision for our homestead. So that's it. That's the update. Sorry to disappoint you guys because I know I said it was going to be a baby chicks, but like normal, we've just got to pivot. And so we're pivoting. So pivot. Anyways, you guys have a blessed day. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Thanks.